What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Florida NIL and the Jaden Rashada craziness that happened this past week. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because it'll help a lot for me and this channel's growth. And thank you guys for wanted to wait on this topic of NIL, Florida, and Jaden Rashada a little bit. I wanted to let us settle a little bit because I wanted to get the details correctly because a lot of different stuff was coming out that was true, untrue, whatever. I wanted to get as much information in this situation as possible. 24/7 Sports and On3 reported that Florida decided to pull out a reportedly $13 million NIL deal that was agreed on by Gator NIL Collective. Now, here's the problem with this. They guaranteed this money. They said they were going to guarantee this money to Jaden Rashada, apparently, according to him and other people around him in the circle. So instead of giving him that $13 million deal that Florida promised, they said, okay, we'll give you a 7-figure deal instead. Gator NIL Collective offered a 7-figure deal instead, and that was a big problem. That was a big problem because you said 13 million, now you're saying 7 figures. Which is still a lot of money, but you have to think about it from Jaden Rashada. He was promised 13 million. It's hard just flipping the script saying he's not going to get that anymore. In April, Gator NIL Collective said, I would venture to say the Gator Collective is paying them more guaranteed money than any group in college football. Former baseball player and head of the Gator NIL Collective said in April, when I write a contract, I want to make sure that we actually have the money in our account. So he's basically saying, we feel like we're one of the best NIL collectives in the country, and when I do something, when I write a check for something, I'm writing it because I know we had the money. On December 7th, Rashada received a letter from the Gator NIL Collective wishing to terminate their deal. While it was unclear the exact reason why that happened, the Gator football program was caught by surprise as they are not allowed to know the specifics of the NILs with players. So now you kind of get a big piece here. Now you got the $13 million NIL. You got the collective head guy saying, hey, like we promised the money, we'll do everything right, and we're one of the best collectives in college football. And so they said all that stuff, and then it comes out they offered a 7-figure deal instead as well. And then now they say this. Now it comes out December 7th, a few weeks before National Signing Day, that Rashada received a letter wishing to terminate their deal. Really surprising for him. Now, this was a few weeks before National Signing Day, so you wonder why didn't you reconsider everything that you're doing and maybe look at another option before National Signing Day. The signing national letter intent means that you're probably pretty good and you believed in something. Something went good where they talked about and he was promised something that made him sign that national letter intent. Rashada played high school ball in California, so these two programs were going at it, even though they're on the opposite side of the country. They were still going at it for him. He was committed to Miami at one point, then he decommitted, went to Florida, so it was just he didn't know which one to decide. It was a 2-team race, and he picked Florida at the end of the day. And a lot of insiders have said that Rashada's recruitment was a big NIL factor recruitment, which is not a bad thing. That's not something that you should hate on. And he should go where he feels is right. If it's with the money, if it's with the program and development and whatever. A lot of people are blamed for this, and I think Billy Napier has got a lot of blame. But I really don't think in reading this story, he had a whole lot of say or do in this situation, I think just everything kind of was just chaos in the moment. I mean, this was a crazy situation for everyone. And then it came out last week that Jaden Rashada also didn't even enroll in Florida yet. Hayes Fawcett of On3 on Twitter tweeted out a photo that said that he is wishing to terminate his national letter intent, which is very surprising. That is very rare in recruiting. And I don't know when the last time it's happened, if it's happened. It's just caused a whole big drama for them. Reportedly, he missed the deadline for spring ball, so now he can't compete in spring ball even if he does decide to stay at Florida or whatever. It's just a wild recruitment. I don't know what Jaden Rashada does from here. You think maybe if he gets out of his national letter intent that he's asking to be released from. Maybe he'll go choose a different program. I would put a big favor in Miami if that does happen, just saying. There's surprising news. We heard some rumblings. Some people put out rumors that this was kind of going down a little bit, but there was no specifics. And then these big companies like 24/7 Sports and On3 put out these reports, and it's like, dang, like there's something serious here. And it just leads you to the topic of NIL and college football. Like, is it helping college football as much as what you think? I think it's 50-50. I think NIL is really good for college football, but it does have its big flaws. Offer a kid $13 million and not guarantee that money is a big problem. That's a big problem, and you cannot do that in college football. You're just luring kids in, and you're messing with their future. You're messing with everything that they're trying to do, which is not cool. Jaden Rashada is a really good quarterback prospect, really good, and to offer that much money for him and to not guarantee the whole $13 million is just a big problem in college football. Like, this is a problem that a lot of experts, a lot of people said this was going to happen in college football. A lot of experts said programs will make promises to a lot of players and they won't come true. And you just see the case of that, and this is a big situation. So NIL is so 50-50 with me. I love that players get paid, but with this type of situation, it just makes you look at it a little different sometimes. This is just a big problem for 4-2, besides the NIL, besides everything. You need a quarterback in this class, and not to mention, you lose Anthony Richardson, they need a guy in the portal. Like, they haven't found a guy for the portal. I think they wanted Sam Hartman. They wanted a few of these big-name quarterback prospects in the portal, but they just haven't landed them. That's a big problem for Florida going into next year. They need a quarterback. A lot of Florida fans, a lot of people upset with Billy Napier over the situation. I don't think he's to blame for this, but I do think Billy Napier does need to do a better job at Florida. I thought he had a good recruiting class, a really good one this year, but if you lose Rashada and you don't pick up a transfer portal quarterback, which I think you would do anyways, even if you did bring Rashada, that's a big problem. And you're not going to have a good football team probably next year. That'll be it for me. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.